iOS 16 offers new intelligence, sharing, and communication features that are going to enhance so much of what you do with your iPhone. And those screen is the first thing you see every time you pick up your iPhone. It's a place where you can check the date and time, look out for key messages, and launch the camera to quickly capture the moment. And it's just as much a place for personalization, where so many of you put a photo that makes iPhone uniquely yours. In iOS 16, we're bringing the biggest update ever to the lock screen, completely reimagining how it looks and works for you. Let's take a look. The new lock screen remains undeniably iPhone, while also giving you new ways to make it more personal, beautiful, and helpful than ever. Let me show you. Here's my lock screen. You'll notice the subtle depth effect with my daughters appearing in front of the time. I really love it. Now, if I just press and hold, I can personalize it further. I'll just tap Customize, and now I'm in the editor. Now check this out. I can simply swipe to try out different styles that automatically change the color filter, the background, and the font for the time, all to complement each other. These look really beautiful. So let's go with this one. Now, of course, if I want to change anything, it's easy to dial it in further to get it just the way I want it. All I need to do is tap on any element of the lock screen to start editing. So let's customize the font. I can audition different typefaces and choose from different colors. And I like this color. I'll just adjust the shade a little bit. I think this looks awesome now. Now, I can also make my lock screen more helpful by putting widgets right on the lock screen. So let me move the girls down here and tap in to bring up the widget gallery. And these are really useful for getting information at a glance, like upcoming calendar events. So I'll add the temperature, my activity rings, and let's drag in the calendar widget. Now, this is great. And what's even better is I'm not limited to just one. Let's create another. I can bring up our brand new wallpaper gallery, which showcases a bunch of options for inspiration. And there are plenty to choose from here. So much room for personalization, with millions of combinations. With Photo Shuffle, I can choose a set of photos to shuffle throughout the day. And we also have suggested photos, intelligently curated for my personal library, like the best shots of family that look great on the lock screen. Now, this is an awesome one to add to my collection. Now, I've created a bunch of other lock screens, and by simply swiping, I can switch between them. It's amazing the range you can create. Here's weather, which shows live weather conditions, like a downpour and lightning. I just love this animation. Here's a really cool emoji wallpaper, and our Pride wallpaper. And here's one from our astronomy collection. Watch how it animates fluidly as I swipe into the home screen. So cool. So that's a quick look at the all-new lock screen. And for developers, WidgetKit makes it quick and easy to put glanceable information from their app here as well. The new lock screen is so beautiful, we wanted to make sure that you can always enjoy it, even if you get a lot of notifications. Sometimes notifications can cover up your personal photo, so we've rethought how they appear. Notifications now roll in from the bottom of the lock screen as you receive them, and you can choose to hide them throughout the day. Now, sometimes you get a bunch of notifications from an app, like when you're following the score of a basketball game. Well, now there's a better way to keep tabs with something called live activities. Live activities make it easier to stay on top of things that are happening in real time, right from your lock screen. And for developers, starting in an update to iOS 16 later this year, they can use the Live Activities API to create these compact and glanceable experiences. This will make it really easy to follow that NBA game, track the progress of an Uber ride, see how you're doing on your workout, and more. All while letting the other elements on the lock screen shine. One of the most popular activities for many of us is listening to music. And now with Live Activities, the now playing controls can expand to a full screen view that celebrates album art while you listen along. So that's the all-new lock screen. There are some focuses help people reduce distractions and stay in the moment. And this year, we're taking it further, starting with extending focus to your lock screen. This means your choice of a photo and widgets can all be tied to a particular focus. And now that you can have multiple lock screens, you can match them to the appropriate focus throughout your day. You can have a dedicated one for when you're in a work focus, with widgets showing your upcoming meeting or to-do list. Or with just a swipe, you can activate your personal focus. All of your corresponding notification settings apply, and it extends to your home screen too. So now you can elevate your favorite apps or widgets for keeping up with friends and family. And now, your focus can also carry into the apps themselves with focus filters, which let you filter out distracting content. Let's take Safari, for example. Instead of seeing all of your websites, you can turn on the Work Focus filter and see only the tabs that relate to work. And you can filter not just tab groups in Safari, but also conversations and messages, accounts in Mail, and events in Calendar. And for developers, we have a new API so they can help you focus in their apps as well. These updates to Focus can help you draw boundaries and find balance throughout all the moments in your life. Now, let's talk about what's in store for messages. You can edit any message you just sent, so embarrassing typos can be a thing of the past. Second, have you ever wished you'd never sent that message at all? Well, good news, now you have Undo Send, so you can immediately recall a recent misfire. And finally, you can now mark any thread as unread, a perfect tool if you don't have time to respond in the moment and want to be sure to come back to a message later. These three features are going to make a big difference in how you use messages every single day. People are loving SharePlay. It's stellar for enjoying shared experiences while connecting over FaceTime, like watching TV shows, listening to music, or breaking a sweat to a synced-up workout. So many of your favorite apps are using SharePlay to create shared experiences, like listening to bedtime stories together with better sleep, or playing a rowdy game of Heads Up no matter how far apart you are. And this year, we're making it easier to discover all of these awesome SharePlay experiences from within your FaceTime call. With just a tap, you can jump into SharePlay supported apps that you already have on your phone, or discover new experiences that you can share with your friends. And to give you more opportunities to enjoy shared experiences, we're extending SharePlay beyond FaceTime and bringing it to messages. This was the #1 request from developers. Now, when you find something you want to share, like a movie on Disney+, you can kick off SharePlay right there and enjoy it together while chatting in messages. You can watch in sync, and you've got the same instantaneous shared playback controls that make SharePlay magical. So whether you're using SharePlay for your weekly movie night, or marking a message unread so you can respond later, Messages has everything you need to connect with ease. And we're making it that much easier to compose messages.
Dictation is used over 18 billion times each month, and it's designed to protect your privacy. Thanks to the neural engine, dictation can happen entirely on device. Today, we're excited to introduce an all-new on-device dictation experience that lets you fluidly move between voice and touch. Let's take a look. We'll use our new dictation experience to send an email. Now, when I start dictating, the keyboard stays open, so I can switch between using voice and touch. I can even select text using touch and replace it with my voice just by speaking. Are you sending a longer message? Dictation automatically adds punctuation to the text. That's so cool. Mind blown emoji. Automatic punctuation and emoji dictation also work when you send messages with Siri. And this year, we're making it easier to use Siri with apps. There are over 15,000 apps that work with Siri using SiriKit and Siri Shortcut. Live text. Live text is so useful because it's deeply integrated across the entire OS, letting you interact with text and images across the system, from camera and Safari to notes and screenshots. And this year, we're excited to take this integration further by bringing live text to video. Now you can pause a video on any frame and interact with text, just like you can today with photos. It's great for copying code samples. We're also accelerating the things you do with live text with quick actions. So now you're just a tap away from converting currency and translating a foreign language. And for an even richer translation experience, you'll be able to use live text while in the Translate app with our new camera view. This will be great for when you have lots of text to translate. Visual lookup, a feature that recognizes objects like pets, landmarks, plants, and more, and gives you rich information about what's in your images. And this year, we have a new feature that takes image understanding further. Now, when you touch and hold on the subject of an image, you can lift it away from the background and place it in apps like Messages.
With Apple Wallet, we're working hard on our goal to replace your physical wallet. Take what we're doing with driver's license and ID cards. We're excited to have launched Maryland and Arizona, with 11 additional states actively working on deployments. And the first locations now accepting wallet IDs are select TSA security checkpoints. You'll also be able to securely present your ID to apps requiring identity and age verification. To protect your privacy, only the necessary information will be shared. So rather than providing your exact birthday, you can simply share that you are over 21. Now, let's talk about keys. Our growing suite of keys in Wallet makes it easy to access everyday places like your home, car, hotel, and office, all with just your iPhone. And now we're making sharing keys even easier with your favorite messaging apps like Mail, Messages, or WhatsApp. When your friend receives the key, they can add it to their wallet with a single tap. And to let you share keys with people who don't have an iPhone, we are working with the IETF to make sharing keys an industry standard that is free for others to adopt. Now let's talk about Apple Pay, one of the most important areas of Wallet. We've made a lot of progress with Apple Pay acceptance in stores and online, and now we're expanding even further. Starting this month with Tap to Pay on iPhone, millions of merchants across the US can accept contactless payments directly on iPhone with no additional hardware or payment terminal needed. Beginning with apps from these payment providers, Tap to Pay on iPhone enables small merchants and large retailers to use iPhone to securely accept payments. In addition to expanded acceptance, we're also enhancing Apple Pay to support new types of payments. So, we're thrilled to announce Apple Pay Later. Apple Pay Later lets you split the cost of an Apple Pay purchase into 4 equal payments spread over 6 weeks with 0 interest and no fees of any kind. And Apple Pay Later is available everywhere Apple Pay is accepted, in apps and online. You can now get that espresso machine you've wanted and pay for it over time with no additional cost. Apple Pay order tracking enables merchants to deliver detailed receipt and tracking information directly to Wallet, making it easy to get the latest information on all of your Apple Pay orders, delivered securely and privately to your device. Apple Pay order tracking will be offered at millions of merchants through e-commerce platforms, starting with Shopify.
We've launched our redesigned map in 10 countries and regions, and we're excited to announce that later this year, we'll bring the new map to 11 more, including France, Switzerland, and New Zealand. The new city experience, we pushed it even further with unprecedented detail for land cover, roads, and elevation, as well as improved driving and transit navigation. And we're adding Las Vegas, which looks stunning. And before the end of the year, we'll add 6 more cities, including Miami, Chicago, and Sydney.
Let's start with one of our most requested features, multi-stop routing. You can now plan up to 15 stops in advance. Maps will now store previous routes and recents, so they're easy to get back to. And you can plan multi-stop routes on the Mac and send them to iPhone when you're ready to go. And of course, when you're driving, you can ask Siri to add additional stops to your route while safely keeping your eyes on the road. Next, let's talk about getting around with transit. We're making it easy for riders to see fares for how much their journey will cost, along with the ability to add transit cards to Wallet. And if a transit card balance is running low, you'll receive an alert so you can reload it without having to leave Maps.
Now, with live activities, the Apple TV app brings you scores and play-by-play action right on your lock screen. We also recently premiered Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV+, where you can stream 2 great games every Friday. And today, we have another major update for sports in Apple News. Apple News is the #1 news app everywhere it's available, and it's about to become amazing for sports fans. You can now follow your favorite teams and leagues to get stories from hundreds of the best publishers in an all-new section called My Sports. You'll also find scores, schedules, and standings for the top professional and college sports leagues, and highlights too. Now you can catch the best plays from your favorite teams right in your newsfeed. And your favorites are seamlessly synced with the Apple TV app and across all your Apple devices. This new sports experience is free. It'll be available in the US, UK, Canada, and Australia.
With family sharing, you can share your favorite purchases and subscriptions with up to 5 of your family members, including Apple Music, iCloud Plus, Apple One, and much more. Everyone gets personalized access to their favorite content without having to buy their own subscriptions or share an account. And for households with kids, you can create accounts just for them with built-in parental controls to help you monitor their screen time or approve their purchases. And this year, we're making it even easier to create accounts for kids and make sure the right parental controls are in place right from the start. We're adding a new, easy way to set age-appropriate restrictions for apps, movies, books, and music, along with quick setup of other important parental controls. We're also making setting up a new device for your child, like an iPad, really simple. Just turn on the device they'll be using, bring your iPhone nearby, and choose to set up with Quick Start. With just a few taps, the new device will be set up for their use with all the parental controls you've selected already configured. We're introducing iCloud Shared Photo Library to help you share photos seamlessly and even automatically. It's easy to set up. It's a separate iCloud library that everyone can contribute to, collaborate on, and enjoy. You can participate in one shared library that's shared with up to 5 other people. We've made it simple to share just the photos you want from your library. You can share everything already in your library, or choose what to include based on a start date, or the people in the photos. For example, you could choose to include just the photos where you were together with your partner and the kids. Once the shared library is set up, you can manually move over new photos after you take them. But we wanted to make it even easier with a new switch right in camera that sends shots straight to the shared library as you take them. Now, this is great when you're on vacation and you want to make sure the photos are shared right away. And if you take a photo of something personal, like a gift, you can easily turn it off. You can also choose to have the sharing switch enabled automatically whenever you take shots with other members of the shared library nearby. So if you take photos on a camping trip, you don't have to remember to share them later.